Good Monday morning on this October 27th, final Monday in October. I hope everyone had a super weekend. It's a rainy day Monday. We're here each weekday, Monday through Friday. Mitch and Casey along in a moment. Let's take a look at the tropical tracker. Melissa is now a Cat 5 hurricane. It's going to stay away from the U.S. coast, but it's barreling in. Hurricane warnings there in Jamaica. It's headed for the middle part of the island. We had reports there out of Montego Bay earlier. And then the eastern stretches there of Cuba, western Haiti, and then perhaps next if you have vacation concerns up in the Bahamas. Cat 5 storm, I'll put a quick track on that. It's generally going to be drawing closer to Jamaica, and hopefully it will come over the middle. We've got some mountains there on Jamaica. Hopefully that will help weaken it, and then it's going to work into eastern stretches there of Cuba. That's the latest, and then it will get out into the Atlantic and lurk into cooler waters. We'll have to keep an eye on that one, but it looks like it'll stay away from the U.S. This is going to be the coolest week we've had so far this fall. High temps will struggle in the 50s. Excellent chances of rain. We've already had about 6/10 in the rain gauge. I will take this full. So as we go through the week, it's rain, maybe an embedded thunderstorm or two on Wednesday, but I'm not expecting much. These are generally be from stratiform clouds, low stratus clouds out there. Brittany, Yolanda, Molly, Sonia, Melvin, Billy, good morning to you. Jeff Miller, about 9,500 out in Savah and western Posey County. Appreciate those rain reports. And Debbie, good morning to you. So if you have a rain report, just give your name and town and how much rain. As I mentioned here on the west side of Evansville, we've had about 6/10 and the rain gauge. You want to keep the umbrella in the starting lineup through generally Thursday very early. Most showers should be out on Thursday. And so we have some drab skies out there. Right now, we are not risk for any flooding concerns, but those low spots, you have to be mindful of that. Tomorrow, we have a small chance, but I'm not expecting much in the rain gauge tomorrow. And I think what will change as we go into Wednesday, I think we'll have at least a level 1 threat based on, I've looked at 3 or 4 different models concerning rain on Wednesday. I think there's a case to be made for a level 1 to a level 2 threat. So we'd have some minor flooding during the Wednesday morning commute, or if you're out at lunchtime, or then into Wednesday evening. Just something to think about. I think we'll have some upgrades. I don't think we'll have a widespread flooding event, but I think we'd have increased chances on Wednesday. We might add some alert time on Wednesday. I like to do some nowcasting on Doppler because some of you are just waking up. Maybe this is just you're waking up. You don't have to be at work until 9 or 10, so this is kind of your morning program, if you will. Heaviest rates of rainfall in Posey County, and Vandenberg and Henderson County had the heaviest rates of rainfall here this morning. Still some steady streams of showers. For the most part, it's just rain, even down through Corydon, and then out into portions there of Henderson County, Webster County. And then as I loop this area of low pressure, the big high is up in Quebec and Canada, so we're going to be stuck in these low clouds and stratiform clouds and rain here for today and then through Wednesday. We actually dropped to 48 in the last hour. Below the guidance, we're headed for a high of only 58, kind of mid to upper 50s. And records 85 in 1963. However, on the 30th, lows dropped to 27, so it was cool for the trick-or-treaters, and 27 in 1961. Look at temps. We have low clouds out there. Wow, we're at 48, so it's a chilly rain, so you need a good jacket out there and a good umbrella. And let's take you through the next dozen hours. I'll take this full here for a second. Chances for rain will taper off as we go into the afternoon, with temps generally in the 50s during that time frame. So as we go hour by hour, I'm using the rapid refresh model here. You know, when winds generally are out of the east during this time of the year, the weather can be a beast, so we have the clouds and rain. And as we go into the afternoon, this is scattered light rain, but still showing some streams of showers in here during the afternoon. Arden Gregory, and we'll have a full recap coming up at 11 a.m. and then again at noon. And then as we go into Tuesday, kind of drab skies, low overcast skies. We had all the sunshine last week during the work week before we clouded up over the weekend. So overcast skies. And this is where I think we'll see some changes to the flooding potential, where we could see this is Wednesday, a good soaking. It will be breezy. I think the breeziest day of the week will be on Wednesday. So we have some showers, maybe an embedded thunder shower, but primarily just rain. This takes us into Wednesday evening and then through Wednesday night. So look, with all the clouds and rain here to start the week, things look fine for Halloween, which I'll get to in the 7-day forecast. And here we go. Some of the rainfall guidance, we've had 6/10 in the rain gauge. Between now and Wednesday night, we could see 1 up to 3 inches of rain. Wednesday alone, we could see 1 to 2 inches of rain. And then as we go into Thursday at 57, Friday is the 31st, 61 for a high. Our average high in the final day of October is at 63. Lows will drop to 40. And then this weekend doesn't look bad. So, on some of the surveys, if you had to pick a rainy day, most of you would pick Monday, 61. And then as the trick-or-treaters on Friday head out, temps will fall into the 50s. So there's a look at the 7-day forecast. So we're trending cooler, and that's the trend, overall cooler than normal. Will, got 1,800 so far today, 7/10. I appreciate that. Appreciate those rain reports. Tina, Cheyenne, good morning to you. Yeah, if there's dry time today, Cheyenne, it would be generally during the afternoon. We're going down, you see on the, I ran the hour by hour earlier, 20% chance of showers. So it's not going to be an all-day event. A good question. Should have broke that down just a little bit better concerning the afternoon. And Mitch and Casey are in agreement, so we have a quorum there. They'll have the news. Good to see my compatriots again on 14 News Sunrise. They'll have more in a moment.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Well, good morning, and thanks for joining us here for the Monday rendition of the news portion of your 8:30 stream show. It's October 27th. I'm Mitch Carter.
I'm Casey Mason. We appreciate you hanging out with us here. We got a couple of headlines we want to recap with you, starting off with this one. We love this story. Military veterans in southern Indiana, well, they took to the skies to visit our nation's capital. Veterans on the 25th Honor Flight of southern Indiana spent their Saturday in Washington, D.C., touring war memorials, and organizers say that many of the veterans have actually never seen some of these memorials that, of course, were built in their honor and also to remember those who we've lost. Well, the flight, it made its way back to the Evansville Regional Airport on Saturday night, and they were, of course, welcomed home by a cheering crowd, as they should be. Such
Always a cool story there. Yeah, no doubt. And kind of keeping on
I know, hey, it's
whatever.
Monday.
Keeping on task here with cool stories. Got a fun one here. You've got 4 schools in the tri-state that are celebrating this morning after students competed in the state marching band championships on Saturday night. The schools qualified for state finals Saturday morning at the semi-state competition, and finals were then held that same night at WKU's L.T. Smith Stadium. In the Class A final, Owensboro Catholic came in 4th. The Hancock County Hornet Marching Band scored 2nd in Class 2A. Two schools competed then in the Class 4A finals, with Davis County coming in second, while Madisonville North Hopkins got fifth. Of course, congratulations to everybody out there who competed.
Yes.
What an honor. Very cool.
Definitely. Congrats to you guys to make it to that level. My goodness. And, see, this is what people miss. If they don't join us on Sunrise, we have such a fun banter here in the streaming show. Just imagine what those early morning hours are like live on TV. So I just wanted to recap. Again, these are a couple, we'll call these feel-good stories here on your Monday morning. Final one. I don't know how I feel about this one because I didn't win, but I'm happy for this person.
Bummer.
So it's like a 50-50. Lucky winner. They have finally come forward. Take a look there at your screen. The Westside Nut Club announced that the winner of the record-breaking 2025 Half Pot Jackpot is Mr. John Crowley. Now, he was actually born and raised on Evansville's west side. So the Nut Clubbers, of course, say that Crowley has been going to the Fall Festival with his family his entire life. How cool is that he'd finally win this? Well, Crowley said he hopes to use the money to buy a car, a house, and make a smart investment to help him retire early. He's got the right idea, Mitch Carter.
It's not bad.
That's right. And here, get this. He actually bought the winning ticket online, which was the first time they had opened that up this year. And officials of the Nut Club say that they are excited that this money is going to stay local. So
Absolutely.
congrats.
No
That's
doubt.
awesome.
Right now, it's 8:41 here. Like you mentioned there, a couple feel-good stories. Not a lot going on here. Of course, the big story right now is all that rain out there to kick things off. You heard from Byron Douglas here at the start of the stream show. Of course, be covering that throughout the day right here on 14 News. Good reminder, as always, to get our 14 First Alert app to stay up to date on all the weather and storms and whatnot. But for now, I think we're good to go.
That's right. As Byron always says, slow down and pack your patience this morning.
That's right.
So, all right, we'll head out of here. Thanks for hanging out with us on our streaming show. We'll see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. See ya.